All right. Hey, what's up, everyone? John from Crazy Gringo Cigars, pulling an audible here. We are doing Operation My Own Blend, Operation M.O.B, episode 3 right now. I just did episode 2, where I smoked the Ecuadorian Sumatra. I was impressed, really enjoyed the final third of that cigar. I figured might as well enjoy this beautiful weather and get into smoking the second one. Now, to cleanse my palate, what's up, Joey? So to cleanse my palate, what I did was, here, let me make sure that's good to go. I had a tortilla and some Corona, and my palate is actually pretty clear right now, so I'm actually excited. So, like I said, we just smoked Ecuadorian Sumatra. If you've been following the Operation M.O.B series, episode 1, I smoked individual tobaccos that are in the blend, and then a naked. Episode 2, which just happened, I'm back out here. Episode 2, I smoked the Ecuadorian Sumatra, which I think is more of a cold weather cigar, and now we're back here. We're going to be smoking the Ecuadorian Connecticut for my own blend. So what's up, Gabe? Thanks for joining, brother. So here we go. I want to make sure I get that cut right. All right. Oh, this cold draw, it's a good cold draw. It's smooth. It's almost grassy, I think, but not like overly grassy. Like, it's not a bad grassy. What's up, Gabe? Thanks for joining. But like I said, we're doing, if you're joining me from episode 2, welcome to episode 3. We're going to jump right into it. I adjusted my lighter, so I'm going to go ahead and light up the, what's it called, Ecuadorian Connecticut. Let's see how this one goes. I'm going to take my sunglasses off because last time I overburnt it a little bit, I think. Let's toast it up. I'm excited to see what the Ecuadorian Connecticut brings. Oh, wow. Right off the bat. A smoky coffee flavor. Definitely a smoky flavor. Smoky with hint of coffee. All right. So some things to note from the Ecuadorian Sumatra. The construction was perfect on it. The retrohale was really smooth. I had a sip of Corona and then a tortilla actually to cleanse my palate, and that actually helped. So I'm gonna let the flavor develop a little bit. So I'm gonna try not to touch it up too much. I don't want to burn it too much. Wonky burn though to start. That could also be my doing. But something I was told early on, smoking cigars, a good cigar, and I was told this by Vince from Vincente Blends, a good cigar will correct itself. And so I had to touch up the other one a little bit, but that's okay. Naturally, this is a lighter cigar. It is a Connecticut, so it's not as powerful or as bold as the Ecuadorian Sumatra. Hey, Sean, welcome back, man. We're going right into episode 3 here. I'm excited about this process. So I'm smoking the Connecticut right now. We'll see what we get. What's interesting is the retrohale on this one is actually spicier than on the Ecuadorian Sumatra, which I was not expecting. So for those of you guys just joining or want a little insight, I wanted to take my cigar game, if you will, or cigar knowledge, cigar experience to the next level. So I reached out, got some suggestion from my buddy Sean at Smoking Sounds Pod. Check it out. I did not like podcasts before. I never podcast is not how I can or is not how I consumed information, are not how I consumed information. And I started listening to Smoking Sounds Pod. I don't know what it was. The logo. I'm still waiting for some merch, Sean. So whenever you send that over, but check out Smoking Sounds Pod. Sean and Justin do a great job. I had I got to be on there with them. I think we're gonna do another one here at Smoke That Burn Down camp. I'm excited for that one. Talk some baseball. I think we're gonna do like a mid-season baseball update. It might be with them or it might be do a live. Sean and I are gonna talk some baseball. So stay tuned for that whenever that comes up. But working with Ultimo Cigars, Tomas, who's been in the cigar industry for 25 years or so, I submitted a flavor profile and my 5 favorite cigars. Basically, he put a blend together based on what I submitted. So smoking the Ecuadorian Connecticut, the prototype. Off the bat, I like the first third of the cigar more than the Sumatra. Burn line is kind of self-correcting itself a little bit there. The last one was an 1:05 smoke. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to try to consciously slow myself down so I can make sure I enjoy it and also get the full flavors of it. I think already I'm going to like the Ecuadorian Connecticut more. Just based off what I'm getting right now. Yeah. That's crazy. I just started smoking the cigar and already I'm already thinking Ecuadorian Sumatra was good. I think it's a good cold weather cigar, but this cigar I think is a lot more I'm going to write down floral. I think, maybe not necessarily floral in like the traditional sense, but a little more floral. I like it. I think it's definitely a better warm weather smoke. And I can't wait to send my thoughts over to Tomas and see if he's like, that's what I was expecting or whatnot. There's like sweetness is not the right word. It's not a sweetness, but a very relaxing note in there. And I'm gonna try to figure it out as we keep going. Relaxing note. I know relaxing note is not that's a John, what do you mean by relaxing note? Well, I'm not sure. Oh, so 6 and 6, so I can get at least a 5-pack of your special. Yeah, man, absolutely. Honestly, like I said, this is not going to be for resale, but no problem hooking you up with some of the cigars. Absolutely, man. That's the whole point of this is to get it out there and get people's feedback. So that's the one part of all this that's really missing in this process is the consumer or the smoker feedback. The only feedback that I'm using is mine. Obviously, it's my own blend. So that's a unique part that we're missing, and that's really going to be the surprise of when people smoke it for the first time. But it's a little scary. It's an interesting flavor that it's like a spice. It's like a floral spice, and I know that sounds weird. Floral spice, so I'm going to write that down. But hey, hope everyone's having a great Sunday. John from Crazy Gringo Cigars. Thanks for joining Operation My Own Blend, episode 3. I just did episode 2, and it's a beautiful day out. And I figured while I have this momentum and while I have the time, might as well get into it so I can kind of get closer to having my own blend. Right off the bat, though, I'm enjoying the Connecticut a lot more. It's kind of, I think for me, I would have enjoyed the Sumatra more in colder weather because it is a warm feeling. Where Ecuadorian Connecticut, it's a really nice like spring, summer so far. I'm enjoying it a lot more already. Not saying that's going to be the final choice, I may end up getting, you know, some sticks of both, but I think it's, yeah. And so the last one started off burning really quickly, which I was like, oh crap! Like I was at the 35-minute mark and it was going way too quickly, and then it slowed down tremendously where I smoked it all the way down to the nub. So hopefully it's the same. This is definitely a smoother cigar. The flavor not as bold, it's pronounced, but it's still there. The flavors on this one are a lot more subtle. So I'm going to write that down. Flavors are more subtle and not as in your face. And that's okay. Not every cigar has to be a full flavored cigar. It's okay to have a light cigar. Sorry, I'm not. You're actively watching me go through the process and trying to pick up different flavors. In terms of the nicotine buzz, I didn't get one from the last one. It was really a medium body. I'm sure some people out there will. For me, I did not get the nicotine buzz, which I love. It's always funny when you have a cigar and you stand up and you're like, whoa, I feel it. I didn't get that from the last one, which I love personally. Coffee is making its way. So right now we're working with floral spice, and then it's becoming a subtle coffee. So I think one thing right off the bat that I'm realizing the difference between the Connecticut and the Sumatra, is that the Sumatra is like, bam, right in your face. Here I am, a full flavor cigar. What's up, Peter? Thanks for joining again. Full flavor cigar. This one is a lot more subtle, but it has complexity in the flavors. So the flavors are a lot more subtle, which I actually enjoy a lot. I think it's a much better warm weather cigar. And one thing I was worried about with both the Sumatra and the Connecticut was the aftertaste, because the aftertaste I got when I was doing the naked blend, I was like, oh, I do not like that aftertaste at all. But it didn't have a wrapper, so that could have explained it. So here we are. Once again, burn line a little wavy, but I'm not too worried about it. Construction dough is really good. All right, the retrohale has calmed down. This is a really good cigar. I think right off the bat, I'm enjoying this one a lot more. Now, I enjoyed the final third and the second third. I really enjoyed the final third of the Sumatra, but this one, I'm interested to see what the flavors transition to. And like I said, I'm excited. I got to slow it down a little bit so I can really get those flavors. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to do episode 3 today. I thought I was just going to do one episode, call it a day. But I want to take advantage of the weather, and I had some momentum going. And so basically, what the rest of the process is going to look like for me. After this episode, I'm going to go back, compare my notes, come up with an email to send over to Tomas, and basically give my thoughts, and then see what he thinks about it, and go from there and get the blend, get it in my hand. So I'm excited. I'm still working on a name for the cigar. I have some ideas that I'm not going to share. It's going to be more of a surprise for the launch parties, but I'm excited. This whole process has been a lot of fun. So like I said, like the last one, it's burning quick in the first third, and then I think it's going to slow down if my prediction is correct. That's such a smooth. Oh man, that's such a smooth cigar. Yeah, the flavors are a lot more subtle. Now it is the ratio wise, it is the exact same blend as the cigar I just smoked in the Ecuadorian Sumatra, but the wrapper, I'm really seeing how the wrapper can make all the difference. You know, that wrapper, the Sumatra wrapper added that extra oomph and made it more like the Arturo Fuente short story. This one is smoking more like the Adventura Queen's Pearl, which is it's the same wrapper. So wrapper does have a lot to do with how profile flavor or flavor how a cigar will profile in terms of its flavor. 1 second. Also, congrats to Anthony Rizzo of the New York Yankees hitting number 300th home run. Yankees finally, the offense is finally awake. Thank God. I was waiting forever for that to happen. That's so smooth. Yeah, the coffee flavor is coming. So it coming to the forefront. So it's like a smooth cigar, and then you're getting that coffee. So the coffee becoming prominent. This Connecticut burning really fast. Yeah, so thanks for joining me on your Sunday. You know, like I said from the get-go, this is more for me than it is for anyone else. This is kind of like my video documentary of smoking the cigars that I had a part in blending. I did not blend them myself. I did choose the flavor profile. So one thing I'm not a fan of is how quickly this Connecticut is burning. Yeah, I'm almost already in the second third, so that's a concern there. I'm gonna write that down as a note. Burn quickly to start. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying their Sunday. Thanks for joining. John from Crazy Cool Cigar, Operation My Own Blend, episode 3. I sound like a broken record at this point, but so I'm smoking the Ecuadorian Connecticut of my own blend. It's subtle. The flavors are subtle. It's very smooth. But I am concerned how quickly this is smoking because we're only almost 20 minutes in, so I gotta slow it down. I'm gonna take a little break from puffing and let it develop a little bit. But already off the bat, I can taste major differences between the Sumatra and the Connecticut. So that's really interesting to see the differences, you know, from one cigar to the next, just based on the wrapper. Same blend, same ratio, just different wrapper. And what I'm learning is the wrapper can make all the difference. But one thing I want to point out, and this has been consistent through both cigars, is the construction. The construction has been really freaking good, so I'm excited about that. And for me, that's a big thing. You know, one of the interesting things right off the bat on this cigar, on the Connecticut, I got what did I write down? A smoky, a really intense smoky flavor with a hint of coffee. Once again, it's leaving a really good aftertaste in the mouth. The retrohale has calmed down. I'm going to write that down. So in the second, third, retrohale, calm down. And as you guys can see, I'm making a conscious effort to slow down my smoke so that I can enjoy it. I don't want to Because right now I'm on pace right now to finish the cigar quickly. I like the subtleness of the cigar. I think my wife would too, which tells me that it's a good cigar. The draw is fantastic. Great question. Sips, Sips and Six asks, how's the draw on it? On both cigars, the draw has been absolutely perfect. And I'm going to write that down for both of them. The draw, no issues with the draw whatsoever. It's open, but there's a little bit, so it's exactly where I want it. Great draw. So Roger from Working Man asked so far that Connecticut starting off better than the other one. Yeah, I think without a doubt starting off better. The only concern is that it's burning quickly already, so I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, so far I like it better. It's a completely different cigar. Like even though the ratio is the same, the subtleness of the flavors are a lot more enjoyable, I think. Who's at the end? Trying to figure out what that is at the end. But yeah, I think it's not your classic Connecticut, and I don't think it would be based on the tobaccos that are in it. I think it's unique. It's not your classic Connecticut because it's not as creamy or buttery, and I think that's because of the tobaccos in it. So it does have those elements of the Sumatra. Like I said, the blend's the same. It's just the wrapper really subdues those flavors. So what I think I might do, I'm going to try to draw this one out as long as possible, but it's burning quick. I think this is more of a springtime summer cigar, and the other one's really more of a winter cigar. That's what I'm kind of the conclusion I'm coming to. Let's see. Let's see if the last one just ashed on me without. Oh, yep, it just ashed on me. But I'm not getting an angle. That means not smoking too fast. I think the cigar is just burning quickly. Um, so hopefully I can work with Tomas and kind of figure out why it burns so quickly. What's up, Aragon? What's up, Shackle 4D? Thanks for joining. So I'm just drinking water to cleanse my palate. I had a tortilla and Corona, and it actually worked perfectly. Within seconds, the flavors of the last cigar were gone. I think it's going to be a struggle to try to get the 45 minutes on this cigar. The last one was an hour and 5. That could be because the Connecticut could be burning quicker. I'm not sure. Anyone know if Connecticut's traditionally burn quicker? It's interesting. I like elements of both cigars, but for me, this one is a lot smoother. What's up, Yana Cigars? Thanks for joining, man. I hope the video quality has been better on this one. I was upset with the video quality on episode 1. Let's see what we got. Leather. I think I'm getting leather on this one. on the Connecticut, which is interesting. Leather notes with a nuttiness. It's going to be interesting when I go back and I try to put all my thoughts together. No, so Shackle 4D, I am smoking my own blend. So this is a blend that I've been working on. I submitted a flavor profile of my favorite cigars, and I've been working with Tomas from Ultimo Cigars to come up with my own blend. So this is the Ecuadorian Connecticut version of my own blend. So if you're interested, go ahead, check out episode 1. Episode 2 just dropped. I just did episode 2, and we're at episode 3. Not liking that. There's something. It's interesting. I like things from both cigars. Um, I just want to figure out why it's burning so quickly. That's my biggest concern right now. I think the Connecticut so far is a cigar you can enjoy in the springtime and summer with like a light beer, like a Corona or something. Um, and with some aging, I think it could actually work out really nicely. Yeah, make my own blend here. Part of the process. So I just trying to document the journey, and we'll see what we get. I think one thing I might do, I might go back at some point and I still have the tobacco leaves that make up the blend and smoke them individually to try to get a deeper understanding of the blend itself. So I might do that. Yeah. This episode's gonna be a lot shorter. I mean, we're already we're burnt. We're cooking through. This reminds me of what was it? It was Foundation's the Olmec Toro. That cigar burned incredibly quick, and if I can get the cigar to 45 minutes, I'd be happy with that. That's really nice. What's up, Martin Phillip? Thanks for joining. Aftertaste is good on both. No bitterness. Smoke output on both of the cigars, both on the Ecuadorian Sumatra and on the Connecticut, so far have been great. The draw has been really consistent. Didn't have to use a cigar plug or anything. It's a really easy draw. So I'm a fast smoker inherently, so it's challenging me to slow down. Um, there's like a slight smokiness, a very slight and subtle smokiness from like kind of think of it like a smoked meats, but it's not overpowering. And what's funny too is when I first started watching cigar review videos, and people would say they're getting these notes, and like, how the hell are you getting these notes? And now I'm the person in those shoes trying to pick out different flavor notes and whatnot. And I'm not saying my palates were fine by any means. And like I said, I think I'm being a little more critical of this is my own blend, so I got to be a little more critical of it because I want it to be right. But yeah, let's see if you can see that. This is the cap. I mean, the cap. Oh, sorry. Let's see. The cap. There's cap cut off perfectly. So the construction on these cigars is fantastic. Wow, I'm not even puffing it right now, and it is just burning through. This might be a short episode, guys. It's funny. I like elements of both. I wonder what the in between wrapper would be. I wonder if that would be the perfect mix. So second third, I'm not enjoying as much as the first third. Second third, not as enjoyable as the first. Yeah, the initial puffs on this one were fantastic. I don't know if I'm. We'll see if I can draw this out 15 more minutes. I'm gonna pull the wrapper off. Yep, so that's what it looks like. Construction, you can see the ash it's building on itself. Really great construction there. Now there's a little spice here. It's like a anise, like a spice anise. Enjoying the aftertaste still. Retrohale's smooth. Oh, the retrohale's up a little bit. The retrohale's a little spicy now. So it's funny, the retrohale on the Ecuadorian Sumatra was actually a little smoother, maybe a little more enjoyable than this one, which is interesting because Connecticut's are supposed to be smooth and creamy. But this is not. I think people who, if I end up going with this blend, people who smoke this are going to be surprised from the flavors in it. It's not going to be your traditional Connecticut. Yeah, whatever transition that just happened, it's a good transition. All right, the aftertaste is a little rough right now. So write that down. I wonder what it would be like with a Maduro wrapper. I really enjoy Maduro wrappers. I've been enjoying them a lot more because of the sweetness they have. So I wonder how this would be. I just got a warm feeling finally in the cigar. So that has to do with the leaves that are in the actual binder and filler. So the Ecuadorian Sumatra I just had, the warmness that you get was throughout the entire cigar, and finally here in the end of the second third, I'm starting to get that warmness. Definitely, though, this is a lighter cigar for I think the warmer months. And I also think too some age with these cigars is going to help out tremendously. These are the prototypes, but with a little bit of age, I think they're going to be really nice. So it's slowed down actually, which is kind of what I saw with the other one too. Is that they burn quickly to start and then they slow down. There's a toasted flavor in there. You know what's interesting too? When I smoked the naked cigar, I got a lot of toasted flavor throughout. And for both of these cigars, I think once on the Sumatra, I got a little toasted flavor. Let's see. Yeah, I got a toasted nuttiness, and I think I'm getting that a little again. So it's interesting to see the similarities between the two wrappers. Same blend, two different wrappers, but there's similarities with the flavors between both, and that makes sense. It's the same blend, but the Connecticut wrapper is kind of smoothing things out, smoothing things over. Yeah, now this is picking up in flavor, picking up in the beginning of the final. What's that? End of the second third, picking up in flavor intensity for sure. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying their Sunday. Thanks for joining me, John from Crazy Gringos, Operation M.O.B, My Own Blend, episode 3. Thanks for joining me. Episode 4 is going to be the live where I send it out to a few people, and we're going to smoke it, and I'm going to get their honest feedback from people I trust, and we'll see if they enjoy it or not. We'll see which one they enjoy more. I just want to highlight the construction. Burn line is a little wavy, but it's not. This one has not required any touch-ups. The Sumatra required some touch-ups. This one has not, but the construction is flawless. Since this is a very limited run, is ensuring that every stick is the exact same part of the process. I think it is. Also, cigar just ashed on me. One of the questions I got is same weight. I don't know if the weight is part of the process. I think the ratio is definitely part of the process. I know that for a fact. So the ratio in each cigar is exactly the same of Biller and Finder. Biller, oh my God, Biller, oh my God, I'm blanking. Filler and Binder. Sorry, there we go. Little brain fart there. The filler and the binder, the ratios are exactly the same. This one's burning a lot quicker though. I think I am going to get to 45 minutes, which is good. That's a good goal. I wish these cigars were a little longer. Maybe I can ask for a little, what's it called, for them to be a little thicker in circumference. Yeah, there's like a floralness on the retrohale. Well, let me see if I can analyze one. That toastedness is starting to come in a little bit. It's like almost like a toasted slight butter, which I did not pick up previously. There we go. Slowing down a little bit. So what I've found from these cigars is the first third goes really quick. Second third progressively slows down to where we're at now. I really enjoyed the final third on the last one. I think I enjoyed the first third better on this one. And the second third is kind of where things get muddled a little bit. So one of the ways to get flavors off a cigar is to inhale cold air and see what spots on your palate are like where you can get some flavors. Overall, I'm enjoying the aftertaste. No issues with the aftertaste whatsoever. All right, this cigar is coming. All right, now we got a little wavy burn line there. I'm not going to touch it up. We're just going to let this one go. Um, in the final third here, the cigar is kind of taking on more characteristics of Sumatra, and I mean by that warm feeling. But thanks for joining, guys. Happy Sunday. I'm going to be here for as long as it takes to smoke the rest of this thing. The one thing I am concerned about, like I said, what's up? Hey, what's up, Felipe? The one thing I am concerned about is how quickly this one's burning. Still looking to get like 45 minutes out of it, though, so that's not bad. The other one I was able to get an hour and 5 minutes, so somewhere in between the 45 to hour and 5. I'm perfectly fine with that for how I smoke cigars. I know a lot of people take 2 hours to smoke one cigar, but I'm inherently a quick smoker. Yeah, it's interesting. This one is becoming much more bold in flavor. So the final third, I think the transition to write down is the what's the transition has been to bolder flavors. So the flavors, I think, in the first and second third were subdued, and now it's kind of picking up in the final third here. So I would say a medium plus in terms of flavor in the final third here. I got a lot of notes to analyze and go back to. What's up, Coach? What's up, Coach Ellicary? I got a lot of notes to go back to and really think about it. Like I said, I'm going to draft an email probably in the next day or two to Tomas and with my thoughts and see maybe we can make some modifications, maybe try a different wrapper. I want it to be right. I mean, I'm trying to do my best here. My first time blending. I want it to be right. I don't want other people to smoke the cigar and go, that's crap. So that's a big fear. Yeah, this is crazy. Uh, in the final third here, the flavor profile has completely changed. It is now a medium plus flavor cigar. So it's still not as powerful as the Ecuadorian Sumatra, but the flavor is definitely much more prominent than it was in the first and second third. So yeah, I'm gonna put that down. Flavors more prominent. Yeah, definitely that medium plus, not quite the full body, a full flavor. So the Ecuadorian Sumatra was definitely a full flavor cigar through and through. This is kind of transitioned now at the final third into a fuller flavor cigar. So that's a cool transition. Um, the subtleness of the flavor is also something else too. Burn line is still good enough. A little wavy. Not worth touching up though. The retrohale is still smooth. Still very smooth. Also, too, one of the risks I took by smoking these cigars back to back was my palate being kind of shot. However, I was able to have a tortilla and a sip of Corona, and that seems to have that cleansed my palate right away. And so I think I can objectively. I mean, I picked up differences right away, and now I'm picking up similarities. So I don't think it messed me up too much in terms of smoking these cigars back to back. There's that anise spice again. So it looks like I am going to reach the 45-minute mark. So I was worried about it at first. You guys saw how quickly that thing was burning. It was burning really quick. Reminded me of the Foundation Olmec Toro, which is a cigar I was really excited for, but it just burned down super quick. So I think what they have noticed a similarity between both cigars is that in the first third and the second third, it burns really quick in the first third, still burns quick in the second third, and then as it starts getting closer to the final third, it slows down. So that's an interesting characteristic. Also, I did this in episode 2, so I'm going to do it in episode 3. Shout out to the Wolfpack Cigar Club, my boy Yosley. Shout out to the Smokeout Lounge, my brothers, they know who they are. Shout out to Sean at Smoking Sounds Pod. If you're not into the podcast and you like cigars, give it a shot. I was not into cigars. Listened to their podcast, loved it. Got to go on, be a guest with them. We had so much fun. Stay tuned for a future episode. We're going to talk baseball, do like a mid quarter season, third season, probably a quarter season right now. Quarter season baseball update is kind of give our thoughts on the baseball season. So check out Sean at Smoking Sounds, Sean and Justin at Smoking Sounds Pod. Then you got OG friends, Hugo from Hugo Smokes, and then Roger from Working Man Cigars. Kind of been my cigar friends from the beginning. I do not like that flavor right there, whatever that was. It's a little sharp. Now, I think I am going to have to, I'm so close to the end here, but the burn line is kind of letting me down, as you guys can see. Starting to get a little out of whack. So I'm just going to do a little touch up. So one thing to note, though, this is the first touch up I've had to do on the cigar. So I think for me, that's a pretty good sign. And like I said in the last one, a plug, Roger from Working Man Cigars turned me on to this. This is a single flame, really good for those touch ups so you can be really precise with it. So when you're fixing up your cigars, you're not blasting it with one of these bad boys. And you know what's funny? Even too, just sitting here, I wish I could show you guys. I don't want to mess my setup too much, but even just sitting here, the smoke is coming off it like crazy. So it is burning quick. So it's not just me. But hey, we made it to the 45-minute mark, so I'll take it. Yeah, that retro hail has a nice floral note on it. And like I said, there's similarities between these two cigars. The wrapper makes a huge difference in terms of flavor. I figured I'd pick that out right away. It's just the Connecticut wrapper a lot more subtle, subdued. The flavors are subdued, except here flavors overall more subdued. It's not as in your face full flavor. Also, I love that it's 6:30. It's still sunny. It's 83 degrees now. What more could I ask for? Beautiful day. I think this is definitely much more of a spring summer cigar, where the Ecuadorian Sumatra is a much more heavier flavor cigar and probably better built for the winter and probably like a nice bourbon, I would say. So one thing I can notice already from the excuse me, the Sumatra to the Connecticut, I like the end of the Sumatra more, and I like the beginning of the Connecticut more. I smoked the Sumatra all the way down to literally the nub, and when I put it down, I kept wanting to go back for more and more. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And that's my wife. I can't see what that is. Oh, so I just asked again. It's a real at the end here. It's a toasted nuttiness, I would say. Toasted nuttiness with some spice. This is going to be hard for what cigar I choose. I really, hopefully there's some back and forth I can have with Tomas and try to figure out, what I like from both and move forward that way. But this is going to be really tough. Overall, I like the blend. Is it going to be my favorite blend ever? That's hard to say. I think these cigars do need a little age. And like I said, I'm being honest. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. This is my first time doing this process. But I think with some age, they're going to be nice, really nice cigars. Everyone, this is my wife. So we got to about, I'm coming down here to the final nub. I don't know if I'm going to smoke this one all the way down to the nub. The flavor is not as good as the Ecuadorian Sumatra in the final third here. And the burn line's a little wonky. But we did get shy of an hour, so in terms of that regard, I'm happy. Like I said, I was concerned with how quickly it was burning. I'm surprised I was able to get this far, because when it was like 25, 30 minutes, I was like, I don't know if I can get this thing to 45 minutes. So the burn has definitely slowed down. Now I'm starting to get the triangle a little bit. There was a really nice, rich flavor there. The final thirds of these cigars are impressing me. The Sumatra impressed me a lot more. I just got something that impressed me more. So I think final thoughts, the first and second third of the cigar, I really enjoyed. I thought it was very floral, very springtime summery. In the final third of the cigar, it transitioned into a cigar that was much more heavier and much warmer in nature. Burn line is kind of coming to an end here. I think I've smoked enough of this, so I think I'm going to sign off for today. Guys, thanks for joining. My Own Blend, episode 3. Did back-to-back. Episode 2 was the Ecuadorian Sumatra. Episode 3 was the Connecticut. I may do a video. I don't have any more of these cigars to smoke, so I might do a comparison video at some point to kind of go over my notes. In the next couple of days, though, I'm going to reach out to Tomas and kind of try to come up with the perfect blend and kind of share notes and see if that's what he got from that cigar. One thing about cigars is everyone's palate's different. Everyone's going to have a different experience with it. I really like the cigar to start. I liked how the Sumatra finished more than the Connecticut. With that, I hope everyone has a great rest of your Sunday evening. Thanks for joining. John from Crazy Green with Cigars. Stay tuned for episode 4. Maybe a comparison video, might be the launch video. So stay tuned. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks, everyone.